Hello everyone, it's Seven here. It is the Helix VR new release show and welcome to our stream. This week we will be featuring the pick of the best VR new releases for the Rift, the Vive, the Windows Mixed Reality and the PSVR possibly. Who knows? Anyway, plus we've got special guests, so stay tuned. Okay, kicking off with the first game this week, the first release. It is The American Dream. And what is The American Dream, I hear you shout? Well, it's a 1950s satire game. Think wholesome American apple pies, big cars, happy people, and guns. A hell of a lot of guns. Basically, this is how the rest of the world feels about the US of A. Yes, I said that. Okay, nothing really special about this game. It's more of a mash of mini games with lots of guns, with a bit of humour thrown in from Buddy, your companion. I won't spoil who Buddy is, but he's a nice guy. Anyway, it's out on the Vive, the Rift. Let's have a look at the game.
Aw, baby's hungry. We need to let Mommy know. Knock on the door a few times to get her attention. Oh, hello there. My name is Buddy Washington. We've constructed a fantastic world of wonder and joy that sets its sights on a future where guns become an integral part of the lives of all good American patriots. You will learn to live life to the fullest with a full magazine and a host of powerful firearms. Guns aren't just useful for combating tyranny and oppression. They also can be used for familial bonding, cleaning the house, preparing delicious meals, dancing, tending to the garden, fine dining, delivering newborn babies, and so much more. Come on down. Join me and experience our vision of the world of tomorrow. What makes America great? Is it the sweat of our brow? Is it the beautiful land upon which we built our home? No. It is the ability for any man to achieve whatever he sets out to do with the tools of his great nation. Welcome to the American Dream. Woof, woof.
There we go. Okay, well, that's the first game of the week. The American Dream, as I say, get your guns ready. Okay, so the next game this week that we're featuring is Ground Runner Trials, or GRT, they call it. You jump on your hover bike and you race around the course shooting drones. It's all about mastering speed and agility, as well as some impressive guns. It's a pretty solid release from the Astrofish Games company. It's good. It just needs something a little bit extra that I felt to make this a great game. It's available on the Rift, the Vive. It's nice to be able to sit down and actually play a game for a while because normally we're running around in VR. So this is definitely a sit-down game. You could not play this standing up, or you wouldn't last very long standing up. Anyway, let's have a look at the game, and then we're going to jump over to our guest of the week. And I wonder if you can guess who that will be. Hint behind me. Okay, see you soon.
Ground Runner Trails. I found an abandoned launch tunnel in the area we can teleport to and from without detection. It should also act as a transfer point for any salvage we want to teleport back. Keep firing. I'm detecting heavy damage to the engine. Okay, kid, let's teleport back to the ship. Ground Runner Trails.
So there we go, guys. What a great start to the show, and some good games this week, as usual. Now it is development chat time. It's time that we had a chat with a developer, and today we have got, if you can't guess by my backdrop, we have got one of the developers from Gamestorm, and their games is a previous Game of the Week winner, Steamhammer VR, and they've also got their other game, Seek and Destroy. So welcome to the show, Martin.
Hello. Well, thanks for having me, Seven. I really appreciate it.
And for all those people that have just got VR or have only ever tuned into this show today and never ever watched anything, can you please tell us about your awesome games, Steamhammers?
Right. Well, Steamhammer VR is a steampunk game. It's set in Victorian London. It's set over 11 unique levels, and you are the apprentice of a mad scientist who has built you a steam-powered exosuit, and using an array of dual-wielded weapons, you're fighting against the evil Professor Ratworm and his army of clockwork automatons.
It's easy for him to say. I'm glad I never actually have to say that. You've seen me play the game, and I just call them loads of weird different names. I don't actually use the correct terms, but it's good fun. Now, there's something very unique about your weapons in the Steamhammers. Both of the games actually is it uses voice control as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's something that we've implemented as the game's gone through, because we found that the actual kind of using the touchpads on the back of the controllers to switch between the weapons was quite difficult when you were completely surrounded by rats and cockroaches and all sorts of creatures. So we've generated a series of voice commands which give you certain loadouts. Like, for instance, if you say electrocute, you will get a Tesla ray in one hand and a steam cannon in the other. If you say sniper, you'll be armed with 2 steam-powered railguns. And it just means that you can pull on exactly the weapons you need at exactly the right time.
And as I say, I think that's very unique in VR. There are a couple of games that do implement voice controls, but this is definitely one of the best games that actually makes use of it for what it's designed for, is, say, selecting your weapons. So that's really good. Now, the first game that came out, Steamhammer, as I say, it's won now Game of the Week. Is just awesome, and I love playing it and doing the streams. As I say, that's got 11 levels on it, so it is a big game. I mean, that is a good value for money game there.
Well, thank you very much. Yeah, I mean, when we first launched on the early access, it was 3 levels. And in fact, an awful lot of people who have played the game have not got past level 3. When we first made the game, we actually made level 3 a little bit too difficult. That's the Tower of London level, where you're being attacked by clockwork ravens from above. But we've seen some videos now. People have played all the way through to the end. They've met the final end boss in level 11, and it's great because we've tried to recreate genuine, iconic landmarks from London. You know, if you've never been to London before, it gives you a chance to explore Tower of London, Westminster Bridge with Big Ben, and Trafalgar Square and places like that.
Well, being an original Londoner, yes, when I do play the game, and as I say, when the guys have been in streaming with me, it does remind me of being back home and walking around London town. Obviously, I wasn't around in the 18th century. I'm not that old, but 1862, I think it's set in, isn't it?
1862, yes.
18, yeah. So
one of the things we've really tried to do is give it a sense of history and really give it a sense of depth as well. If you actually are able to get away from the enemies for long enough, we've hidden lots and lots of Easter eggs all over the streets. You'll find that every park bench has got its own unique plaque engraved into it, and there's posters which are lots of in-jokes to the devs who created it.
See, so guys, there's a really good reason to go and actually pick up that game and give it a try. Now, on top of that, the original Steamhammer, you then went out and brought out Seek and Destroy, which is sort of like the best way to describe it is a mini version of Steamhammer.
Yeah, it's the arcade wave shooter version of Steamhammer VR. Because I mean, when we first created Steamhammer, there was a lot of talk about we don't want any more wave shooters and all of this. But when you look at the best-selling games on VR, games like Space Pirate Trainer and Arizona Sunshine, they're all wave shooters.
I knew he'd say it. I knew he'd say it.
So what I decided was, are you okay?
No, it's okay. It's the devs are trying every week. If you watch this, the devs try to trigger me off with a certain trigger word. Arizona sunshine is my trigger word. You're okay. You got it in there. Don't worry. We'll just carry on going with it. Just don't say it again, please, because like you and me are going to be outside. All right.
So anyway, it was decided that to kind of prove the point that Steam Hammer VR was an adventure game, it was an exploration game, we would create a wave shooter version, a separate game. And in fact, if you buy Steam Hammer VR, the full game, there is the option of playing Seek and Destroy, which is 4 levels, played for points against a clock, and it's got a global leaderboard. We've also taken that and made it its own little standalone game called Seek and Destroy Steampunk Arcade. And that gives you a chance to explore 4 maps and hit the top scores on global leaderboard.
So there we go, guys. So you've got no excuse not to actually experiment with this game, try it out and have a go at these fantastic weapons and as I say, the voice controls, which I just love screaming when I'm streaming the games, and you'll get the guys in my ear telling me I'm saying the wrong words, but hey, doesn't matter. I get excited and I'm like, get all tongue-tied.
Also, I've got to point out, it's one of the only games in VR which also features full motion video as well. Because we have got an actual human avatar in the game, which is Dr. Springhorn.
You do, yes. He comes up on that little black and white TV and chats to me and tells me what's going on. And I do like the way that you can control the levels with the levers and things like that. So, and there's a good tutorial mode as well. I know, guys, you haven't seen me do the tutorial mode because I just jumped straight into the game because I've already done it. But the tutorial mode is excellent. It's really, really well put together, and it gets you using those weapons and showing you how to use them to the best advantage. Now, you've obviously got 2 games out, which is good for any development company to have a couple of games in VR. So you are passionate about VR. And I know you've teased us a few times on Facebook with posts about stuff that's coming out. Please tell me you're going to be making some more games.
We are genuinely making more games. At the moment, we are looking for some investment in the company to expand and become a bigger and better force within the world of game development. We've got some irons in the fire. As I say, last year we had our first ever Gamestorm VR conference, which was in Cyprus, which was lovely, paid for by our general manager, which was very, very kind of him. Thank you, Mark. And we had a great brainstorming session there. We threw around some ideas, games which haven't been created yet, games that we'd like to see. And in there was games like VR Fighter, which a lot of people are quite interested in, and little things like maze exploration games, and a great one called A Dream of Flying, which was going to be a really good flight simulator game. But at the moment, all of those are just on the drawing board. What leaps off the drawing board and into VR, we shall see very soon.
So excellent. So guys, if there's any guys there with lots of money, a couple of millionaires, I know there's a few of you out there that sit at home and watch our show, and you've got some money and you want to invest in a VR company. There you go. They're looking for some investment. So let's put together. I'm sure you can get some money in there and help these guys out, and we get some even more games out on VR that we actually like playing and that are really, really well done. Because certainly these games are some of the best in the market.
I think it's safe to say as well that this year and the coming year after are going to be the years of VR. We thought it might have been last year, but the big turning point is going to be next week when Ready Player One comes out. That's
big turning point. Yeah, it's got to make or break VR is Ready Player One. And from what the people have been saying that have already seen it, they're saying it is an absolutely brilliant film. There's obviously going to be the few people out there that have read the books and it doesn't quite stick to the storyline of the book. But hey, if you've not read the book and you go and watch a movie, it's going to be one of those things that's going to be with you like Star Wars was for a generation and Jurassic Park was for a different generation. So it's definitely going to be one of those types of movies. I think that will be a very generational thing that you will look back on. But looking forward to it, and I'm certainly going to be there on opening day when I get a chance to go and watch the movie, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it really does give that jump start to VR that we need. Now, there's a question I love asking the devs, and I always put you on the spot with this because I don't ask you before you come on the show. When you're not playing your own games, which obviously you do like to play them all the time, what VR games do you like playing?
Right, well, at home, I've got a PlayStation VR, which means that the games that I play are a bit more limited to people who have got access to Oculus or HTC. But I really like Batman Arkham VR, which is excellent. I do actually play quite a bit of Rec Room. It's amazing how easily you can lose 2 or 3 hours playing paintball and laser tag and all of that. I still think one of the best games for a genuine feeling of living a boyhood dream, it's Star Trek Bridge Crew. Absolutely love Star Trek Bridge Crew.
Big fan over there. Yep.
And just when you're able, just with a little touch of your hand, steer a starship through an asteroid field, it's just fantastic.
Yeah, we've definitely got a big fan there. Kermie, who's recording this show for us, he loves Star Trek. Me, I get myself in trouble every time I get on the bridge, so I'm sort of banned by these guys from playing it with them. But there we go. I do get to play it occasionally, and you are right. It is just so immersive, and it just makes you believe that you're actually in the game. Anyway, we've got to wrap this part of the show up because I know you guys are desperate to find out what game of the week is this week. The money is burning holes in your pocket, and you want to go out and buy it, or maybe you don't.
£15 Oculus voucher to spend.
Yes, if they got a £15 Oculus voucher, you could possibly buy this game if it's available on Oculus in the Steam store. In the Oculus Home store, you never know. Anyway, guys, let's jump back to part 2 of the show, and if you don't mind staying here, Martin, we will be back to you shortly. Let's go and have a look what's happening. Oh, there we go, guys. And now it's the moment that you've been waiting for. So first of all, thank you for Phil to jump in the chat, and potatoes. I see something about a potato salad being posted as well. So great. Okay, so it's game of the week time. This is the moment that you've been waiting for, where you are going to spend your money this week. Can I have a fanfare, please, Kermie? Okay, the game of the week is Flipside. Well, it's not actually really a game. It's more of a real-time animation studio, or more of a progression on from Mindshow, which you've seen us use in VR. With Flipside, you don't actually need to record your sketch or your bit of acting and then play it back later on. You can actually all do it in live stream to the real world. So pretty much what we're doing here now in Rec Room, where I'm live streaming to you, and yes, I am live. That's why it always goes wrong. So we can do that in Flipside, basically, with different characters. So won't go too much more into detail of it because I know there is a review coming out that we spent a while doing. So all I will tell you is keep a lookout for those cute characters because they may be popping up a bit more often in our streams and in our videos and maybe our new release show. Okay, who knows? Basically, there's so much detail in this this game. I'm going to call it a game now. That it's well worth investing in. And do you know how much it's going to cost you? 0. Yep. Absolutely 0. That's the best thing about it. You don't have to spend any money this week. Well, you do because I want you to go and buy Steam Hammer and Seek and Destroy and possibly Ground Runner Trails if that's your thing. And if you want to be like the Americans, and a gun. So go and buy the American dream. Okay, so anyway, let's have a look at Flipside. And it's available for the Rift 5 and Windows Mixed Reality. Okay, and then we'll see you over the other side.
This is what we're doing today, everyone. We're making a show. I just act it out and it happens. I feel great, man. Yeah.
Every animated show needs characters. Use ours, or make your own characters. Select your own props. Or upload custom props. Choose a set. Or build your own with our set builder. You'll also want to use our slideshow, teleprompter, and a ton of cameras. Make your show in Flipside.
There we go, guys, and that is our game of the week, and I know you're going to absolutely love playing that, as you do every week with our games of the week. So it's time to wrap up the show. So back to Martin. Thank you very much, Martin, for coming on the show, and we wish you all the luck with the future games that are coming out. And obviously, guys, Steam Hammer, Seek and Destroy, go out and buy them, support these devs, because they're just brilliant games, and their value for money is brilliant. So thanks for coming on the show, and say hi to all the other guys.
You know what? Before we go, I think you might have a couple of Steam keys. Is that right?
We do, yes. Yep.
Well, what do you say? Well, should we do a giveaway? Would that be good?
We always love doing giveaways, guys. We will do a giveaway next Thursday for some Steam Hammer stuff. How about that? Tune in, and I'll let you know how you can enter. That's really good. And you can, if you don't want to buy it yet, just hold out and see if you can win it. If not, go out and buy it anyway. Okay, let's wrap up this show and let's get ready with the mantra and see if I can remember everything, because I've been practicing. Okay, so guys, if you love what we do, don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube, tweet us on Twitter, itch us on Twitch, smash us on Smashcast, provide for us on PayPal. Do you like that new one? Yeah, okay. Leave us a steamer on Steam, discuss with us on Discord, and F us on FBook. Until next week, have a good weekend and enjoy the games.
Bye-bye now.